Hey guys, and welcome back to the series A MariChat Christmas Special, written by Stacey Holt. The artwork was created and approved by Natural Wind on Tumblr. All the links are still in the bottom description box. Shane will be voicing Cat Noir and Adrian. I will be voicing Marinette, Sabine, and the narrator. Maddie's going to be voicing Tikki. Ashton will be voicing Plagg and Alya. Brad will be voicing Tom. Calvin will be voicing Nino. You can find the links to their social media and their YouTube channels in the description box below. If you'd like to show your support, you can like, subscribe, and comment. Chapter 23. The Perfect Night. Alya and Nino smiled and waved them goodbye. Marinette sighed a breath of relief as Cat Noir smiled. "Why are you smiling? That could have gone so much better," Marinette groaned.
Could have gone worse.
He laughed. Marinette rolled her eyes and smiled. He offered his arm, and she wrapped her arm inside of it as he led her toward the festival downtown.
Shall we go attend the festival?
Cat Noir asked. "Sure, as long as you drop the royal accent, princess," she teased.
Oh? I'm the princess now?
He smiled. "So long as you keep up the act." She rolled her eyes. They laughed and talked along the way until the lights caught their attention. They stopped when they saw tons of people crowding around what seemed to be shops that they had set up to get people to buy things as people walked by. There was a huge lit-up Ferris wheel that had rotating colors that went with the music that was playing around the city along with the Christmas music. There were hanging lights along the light posts and air that seemed to be so magical it was almost mesmerizing. Smells of delectable foods could be smelled from yards away, and the hundreds of thousands of people that were there didn't make it easy for them to hear one another. Though that didn't stop them from smiling. He let go of her arm. He let it drop to her side and instead got the courage to intertwine his fingers in hers. It was Christmas Eve after all. He was going to make tonight memorable. She looked up at him and smiled, feeling his hand around her fingers.
Let's go,
he said, pulling her forward. She smiled bigger as she followed him through the crowd of people as the lights reflected off of his suit, and just took in all of the dancing lights that seemed to go on forever. They tried to ignore all of the passing stares from people as they walked through the streets of Paris. They went on the Ferris wheel and it stopped at the very top, watching some fireworks being shot off in the distance.
Princess?
He started. "Huh? Yes?" she said, turning her attention to Cat instead of the fireworks.
I really like you,
he said, feeling a blush spreading across his face once again. "I like you too, Cat," she smiled, placing her hand on top of his as a friendly gesture.
No, I mean...
he said, placing his free hand on her cheek and pulling her face towards him and closing his eyes until he felt her lips against his. He felt his muscles tense up and then loosen as he felt them both relax. He felt his heart thump faster as he felt her kiss him back. They leaned out and looked at one another, both of their faces red, and a little in shock at the sudden affection. "We haven't kissed like that since the mistletoe," Marinette said, turning away.
I wouldn't mind doing that more often,
he said, turning his own face away, smiling. "You're such a dork," she laughed.
You think I'm a tremendous kisser?
He laughed, hinting back at the mistletoe joke he used for their first kiss, which caused her to laugh again. "I would say so," she said, turning back to look at him, eyes lower with the blush still resonating on her cheeks.
Really? You think I'm a good kisser?
He said, turning back to face her. She laughed and nodded and leaned in to kiss him one more time, but was met with the jolt of the Ferris wheel door opening.
"Please step out and exit to your right,"
the attendant asked. Marinette and Cat smiled while shrugging and got out of the Ferris wheel, still holding each other's hands as they exited. They walked around the festival for a while and went to a couple of shops, but didn't find anything to actually buy, so they decided to just go home for the night. It was getting pretty late after all, and it was Christmas Eve.
You still have my gift to see,
he said, walking through the snow. "Yeah, I'm a little eager to see it actually. Do you like the hoodie?" she asked.
I love it. Are you sure you don't want me to be your gift?
He teased. Don't remind me. You know that wasn't what I meant," she groaned.
I know, princess. You and I know what you meant. Alya and Nino wouldn't understand. We're complicated.
He chuckled. "We are, aren't we?" She smiled, looking up at the stars. He opened the bakery doors for her, and they went up to her room after telling her mother and father about the festival and why it took so long to get back. They were just glad that they were safe, and though being with Cat Noir, they had no worries.
I'll be on my way once Marinette opens my gift.
Cat smiled to Marinette's mother. That's fine, Cat Noir. Merry Christmas. Sabine smiled, walking over and hugging him.
Merry Christmas,
he said, hugging her back.
Yes. Merry Christmas, son,
Tom said, wrapping his arms around his wife and Cat Noir. Cat Noir blushed at the nickname that Tom gave him and glanced over at Marinette, who was smiling. After they hugged, he followed Marinette upstairs and he made sure to cover her eyes and led her over to her bed. He placed a blanket over the gift, since it was placed on her bed.
Okay, sit down,
he asked. Marinette sat down and felt that she was sitting on her bed and smiled, patiently waiting for her gift.
Open your eyes,
he said. She opened her eyes and saw Cat Noir sitting in front of her with a bow on his head with a smirk. Stop! She rolled her eyes.
Oh, come on. You know that was funny. You don't think I'm the perfect gift?
He laughed. I think you're taking my embarrassment too far, kitty. She booped his nose and pushed him away lightly.
Alright, here.
He lifted up the blanket and revealed a wooden basket with a bunch of goodies inside. The basket was surrounded with a bunch of flavored candy canes, their favorites to be exact. Their first ever Christmas movie they watched together, along with 2 packs of hot chocolate in the center. Though in the middle of the 2 hot chocolates, there was a small black box. Marinette reached for the little black box, curious to know what was inside, and carefully opened it. Seeing Cat Noir quietly smiling at her, she opened it and saw a paw print necklace inside.
Do you like it?
He asked, a little nervous about what she thought. It wasn't like the gift was expensive. I love it.
It wasn't expensive, and yours probably took forever, so I was worried that...
He rambled. Cat, it isn't about how much a gift costs, or how long something took. It's about the thought and meaning behind it. We drink hot chocolate together all the time. Those are our favorite candy canes. You got us our first ever Christmas movie to watch together. You got me a beautiful necklace to wear that you picked out yourself. I couldn't ask for anything better, she smiled, crawling over to him and hugging him. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas, Cat Noir. Marinette smiled, wrapping her arms around his neck.
Merry Christmas, Princess. I'm glad you like it,
he whispered, wrapping his arms around her waist. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I'd like to shout out all of my friends who agreed to partake in all the voice acting, and you should take a look at all their social media and their links below. Other than that, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys!